Dance is one of China's oldest art forms. Over thousands of years of development of Chinese civilization, dance has gone from infancy to maturity and great prosperity. Through emotional and vigorous movements, Chinese dancers through the ages have created innumerable imaginary dreamscapes and a rich temple to the art of dance. There are many legends about the origins of music and dance in China. Along with the emergence of primitive religions, totem dances, witchcraft dances, and sacrificial dances appeared. A colored pottery basin excavated in western China in 1979 that dates back 5,000 to 5,800 years depicts a group of people dancing hand in hand. Many rock paintings, sculptures, and primitive containers vividly record the dances performed by the ancestors of the Chinese people. Even today, they convey the simple beauty and strong vitality of ancient dances. After Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of the Qin Dynasty, unified China in 221 BC, different kinds of music and dances were mixed together, thus promoting the development of Chinese dance. In the Han Dynasty, 206 BC to AD 220, progress continued with the emergence of new performance forms, such as horn-locking Baixi and Xianghe Dachu. As China's society developed, traditional Chinese dance, especially court music and dance, entered a golden age. Performers skilled at singing and dancing could be found in all levels of society. In the Sui, 581 to 618, and Tang, 618 to 907 dynasties, court music and dance included styles of the Han people and other ethnic groups, as well as other forms introduced from foreign countries, and performances that showed the power and prosperity of the nation at that time. In the Song 960 to 1127 and Yuan 1271 to 1368 dynasties, song and dance were combined to create a new art form, Chinese theater. In the Ming Dynasty 1368 to 1644, opera became the major form of performance art, while court music and dance gradually declined, a process that continued in the Qing Dynasty 1644 to 1911. However, during both dynasties, folk song and dance remained strong and vital and went through significant growth. China is home to 56 ethnic groups, each of which has its own traditions and customs. Thus, a vast variety of distinct Chinese folk dances have been passed down through the ages. Han people make up the majority of China's population, and there are many kinds of Han dances. Most fall into one of two categories: Yangkou dance of North China and flower lantern dance or flower drum dance of South China. Yangkou dance originated from the sacrificial ceremony farmers used to hold to pray for a good harvest, and has since become the most popular folk dance among the Han people. Farmers often perform dances with farm tools, such as the cart dance, land boat dance, donkey dance, umbrella dance, and fan dance. The Yunnan Guizhou Plateau in southern China is home to many of the country's minority ethnic groups. The remoteness of the plateau has allowed the preservation of many ancient dances. The dances performed by the Mongolian people are bold, passionate, and unconstrained, featuring various kinds of graceful shoulder movements. Mongolian smooth and elegant dances are a good reflection of the temperament of these nomadic people. The music and dances of the Naxi people are considered important remnants of primitive human civilization by anthropologists and sociologists. Scholars and tourists alike clamor to the areas inhabited by the Naxi to see their unusual pictographic characters and appreciate their ancient, simple, and beautiful styles of music and dance. The Uyghur people are excellent at singing and dancing and perform a wide range of folk dances. Living at the juncture of the East and West, the Uyghurs' dances reflect the influence of both. Dancers hold their heads high and throw out their chests in displays of confidence and bravado. Uyghur dances often include difficult moves, sure to draw gasps of admiration from any audience. The rich and varied folk dances of China embody the spirits, aesthetic standards, and wisdom of each ethnic group. At the same time, Chinese folk dances are also inexhaustible stores of precious raw materials for the creation of modern works of art. The founding of the People's Republic of China breathed new life into Chinese dance. Chinese artists have carried on and developed dances through inspecting, collecting, and arranging folk dances from many ethnic groups. A vast number of new dances have been created that have not only won high acclaim from the public, but also attracted attention from the world through international cultural exchanges. Since the 1950s, China has trained a large number of outstanding dancers, and many folk dancers have come into prominence. Han folk songs and dances have been passed down to modern times because they are vivid, vigorous, charming, and colorful. Korean dance has its own distinctive style. Dancers move their arms gracefully like willows swaying in the breeze and take delicate steps like those of cranes. The long drum dance is a typical Korean dance. Choi Mi-sun is an outstanding example of the numerous Korean dancers in China. A whole array of minority artists, such as Dao Meilan and Ayatollah, have become household names around China. Soul of the Peacock, a dance performed by Yang Liping, brings the traditional peacock dance of the Dai people into the modern age and features its own dance vocabulary and style. To the accompaniment of Dai folk music, Yang represents various postures of a peacock's head through simple finger movements. The dances performed by Liu Min, such as Butterfly Flying to Paradise, Blessing, and Wang Zhaojun Goes to the Frontier, have achieved new heights of creativity and expression. Huang Doudou, a recent graduate of the China Dance Institute, is an outstanding artist. His performance, Soul of the Tang Dynasty Terracotta Warriors, vividly displays a scene from a smoke-shrouded battlefield of over 2,000 years ago. The Tibetan dancer Joima performs bold and enthusiastic dances that display the strong spirit of the Tibetan people. In recent years, China has witnessed the creation of many new dances through the comprehensive study of ancient and modern Chinese and foreign dances. Chinese artists have absorbed many dance styles popular around the world and kept up with modern international dance trends. Some new dances have been performed in other countries, winning great acclaim from foreign audiences and even some international awards. The grand dance epic, a traditional art form that integrates music, dance, and poetry, has been passed down from ancient China with roots that can be traced back nearly 1,000 years. The East is Red, a music and dance epic, describes the march of the Chinese people from misery to victory. Its theme is upheld through its well-knit structure, magnificent momentum, and exquisite design. Almost all famous Chinese singers, dancers, and musicians from the era of the Revolution participated in performances of this artistic epic. With the emergence of international symphonic ballet and modern ballet, Chinese dance drama has boldly learned from and assimilated aspects of such dance on the diverse road of its development. The creation of Chinese ballet drama started in the 1960s. The Red Detachment of Women has distinctive Chinese characteristics in terms of content and form, and has long been popular with its stirring plot, distinctive character, and depiction of the unusual customs of Hainan Island. It was the first ballet to portray valiant and heroic Chinese women soldiers wearing ballet shoes, and represents the quintessence of both ballet and Chinese dance style. This work truly stands out in the ranks of international ballet. Over the past half a century, China has made great progress in the art of ballet. Chinese dance drama, which began to bud in the early 1930s, made true advances after the founding of New China. The performance of the Small Dagger Society was an important breakthrough. The Small Dagger Society depicts a peasant insurrectionist army organized to fight against the Qing government and imperialist forces. This dance drama captures the distinctive personality of the Chinese people by combining opera dances with Chinese martial arts. The first performance of Along the Silk Road in 1979 caused a sensation throughout the country. With the prosperous Tang Dynasty as its backdrop, Along the Silk Road portrays the magnificent culture of Dunhuang in a story of friendship along the ancient Silk Road. Tage is a classic form of Chinese dance, in which song is accompanied by dance. Tage was very popular in the Tang Dynasty, aiming to represent the happy and carefree temperaments of ancient Chinese women. Modern choreographers have been able to bring Tage back to the stage by integrating Chinese folk dances. The dancers' costumes and movements show characteristics of the Tang Dynasty in a performance that is graceful, fun, classic, and fresh. In more modern times, grand ancient-style music and dance compositions have returned to the stage in such performances as Tang-style music and dance and Chang'an music and dance of the Tang Dynasty. Based on information provided by the murals of the Tang tombs and by ancient books, they represent different takes on the wonderful music and dances of one of China's golden ages. The dance drama The Frontier City, adapted from a famous novel, tells a story of a small, remote town in Old China and features traditional folk dances of South China. The inspiration for the dance, Soul of the Qin Dynasty Terracotta Warriors, came from the world-famous Qin Dynasty terracotta warriors and horses. The choreographers captured the romantic charm and spirit of the artifacts and created movements and postures based on classical Chinese dances to match the warriors. Several dancers are enough to represent the movement of thousands of troops, thanks to their skillful movements. The crescent moon just before dawn depicts a simple and honest love story between young rural people in North China through bold dances. Zhangxian, a new historical drama, presents the audience a rich picture filled with information and imagination of the footsteps of a pioneer on the famous Silk Road. The dance drama Genghis Khan depicts the life of the founder of the Yuan dynasty, including his military conquests. Bing is a new dance drama that combines Chinese folk dance with foreign dances and features a harmonious integration of form and content. This excellent dance drama has been highly acclaimed. The Yellow River, a symphonic ballet created to match the piano concerto of the same name, sings praises of the powerful Yellow River and the heroic nation through firm and graceful movements. In keeping with the original music, the male and female dancers vividly expound the themes through beautiful dances with profound spiritual connotations. Modern dance in China has a broad definition and has undergone a winding road to development. Chinese art workers have worked hard for decades to research and learn from foreign countries. As a result, young Chinese performers of modern dance have been able to display their talents on stages around the world, and their performances have been praised by authorities in many different countries. Jingwei, a new dance drama composed by the Tianjin Ballet Troupe, describes a fairy tale told by the Chinese people for thousands of years through ballet and folk dances. This dance drama is fresh and new with its unusual movements and postures. Over a long period of time, the Chinese government has invested in the construction of several hundred dance schools and institutes. Under the training of the artists of the older generation, many talented new dancers have come into prominence. Along with the constant expansion of cultural exchange between China and other countries, dancers from overseas have established profound friendships in China's dance circle, allowing traditional Chinese dances to mix with the dances of other nations. After developing for thousands of years, Chinese dance has now become popular with people of other countries all around the world.